Hi beautiful ones, welcome to Kate Space. I hope you are having a really good day today. Thanks so much for joining me for this little flip through of my junk journal July. Yes folks, I have finally finished. Very late. Those of you who don't know or who are new, I made this journal and I did a video making it, and it's just made out of a very damaged book. I love this book for some reason and I wanted to use it, so I decided that was going to be my junk journal July. Use this beautiful lace, and I made a lace pocket on the inside. Again, I should have made the spine bigger, and if you've seen my daily December flip through, you'll see that's turned out the same. I need to maybe think about making bigger spines on my journals, but this was something I just sort of put together, and I didn't really want to spend a ton of time or worry or anything on it. So yeah, I got going and I just made it. Okay, so the prompts are tucked inside this front pocket, and I'll leave them out because not all of my pages are in order, which is very unusual for me, but I got pretty stuck and I got behind, and that is why we're nearly at the end of August and I've only just finished. I've had a real I'm in a real sort of, yeah, I got a bit stuck anyway. Let's just leave it at that. So the first one is begin, and I did a photo of myself and a little note here, and that's what I did with my last junk journal July, and a little collage and a quote by Ella Fitzgerald: don't give up trying to do what you really want to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. And actually it turned out to be quite pertinent, because I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue just working until I get my mojo, or whatever, my kind of roll back with my creativity. Here is number 2, the 2nd of July, and that was reinvent, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I went for a quote again and just typed it onto some butter paper, which is like a really light tracing paper, so you could see the cool vintage pattern through there. And yeah, just some collaging and a fussy cut rose. 3 was a layered tag, which I loved making, and I really love this tag, and I'm actually quite tempted to take it out of the journal and put it up somewhere to inspire me with making my tags. And actually I'm making some tag books at the moment, and I would like to actually do one like this for one of those. On the back is a quote again. I was, at the time of doing this, I was listening to Elizabeth Gilbert's book Big Magic, a really good book, and she quotes Jack Gilbert: we must risk delight, we must have the stubbornness to accept our gladness in the ruthless furnace of this world. I don't know, really appealed to me, that quote. And then we have transparency, and I've used this vintage window envelope and put some beautiful paper in here. This was from a happy mail from Sandra, who is Mad Maid on Instagram. And the 4th of July is my eldest daughter's birthday, and she turned 30. And so I've got a little letter or some thoughts about her and in there, and this lovely photo of her. So that is my 4th. The 5th is a fold out, and I got an old envelope and opened it up and went to town. Did some collaging, and at the time I was making those trifold tag books, and I was using this beautiful digital kit by Heather from Ruby and Pearl XO, and so I obviously wanted to use those pieces. And I've got this very old photo here which was damaged, and so I've cut it out and framed it with this little die cut frame. Then we have the 6th, which was symmetry, and I've used a butterfly. A lot of people did, because of the symmetry of the butterfly and symmetry in nature. And I found a quote: don't confuse symmetry with balance, which I really love. I love that quote a lot. And so I brought my butterfly down sort of so it didn't fit on the page symmetrically anyway, so I kind of brought it down like that, and I like how that turned out. I just love the colour of this. This is out of a very old butterfly and moth book. Bouquet, I didn't obviously feel overly inspired this day, but I had this picture of a bouquet of flowers, and also at that time on the 6th of July I got a new car, and although this was 7th, I wanted to remember buying the new car and getting the little personalized number plate, which was a surprise from David. So yeah, that's what that page is about. Then we have wallpaper, which this is my wallpaper at the back. It's the reverse side of the wallpaper, which I've embossed. And then I've got this lovely dear wee photo of my mum, again with one of those frames. And I've just written or typed on my old typewriter some stuff about my mum, some thoughts about mum and dad really. Then it's clashing patterns. That's probably self-explanatory. I didn't cover up this page because I really like some of the writing on here. So yeah, that stayed this as it was. Then we've got time out, which is the 10th, and I've just stamped things to me that at this time in my life are things that mean time out to me. And also I've done some napkin decoupage, and this is the first napkin decoupage I've done in a long time, so it was a bit of experiment. And this napkin was from Kimberly and Charlotte from Texas, so thanks Kimberly and Charlotte if you're watching. I love this napkin, and obviously all the things that you sent me, so kind. Where are we at now? The 12th of July, so we skip a day, and this is dyed, and the paper at the back is avocado, something I've avocado dyed myself. And then I've just made this little collage, and this one on this side just grew from scraps that I had, because it was a blank page. I slowly just built up this little collage on the other side, just because I can. This is mirrored. I wasn't sure what to do, and also I know I started getting behind at this stage, but I remembered I have this old ballet book, or ballet pages. I think they were sent to me by maybe Lizzie in Rotorua, and there's a few pages with this ballerina, and she's in her dressing room, and there's some mirrored shots, and I love this picture, but I also love this wallpaper. So I had this out for something else, and I decided I was going to use it in my journal, because so often you use things for the journals that you sell or give away, and then you forget to put them in your own things. Right, what's next? So then we go back to the 11th, and for fussy cutting I did this wee little fairy. I love the little flower fairies, and I love how they look fussy cut out. I've always loved the flower fairies, and so have my children, so I have got a few flower fairy books which I use. Nature was the 14th, and I used this very old drawing from an 1800s book. And then this little one down here from a old dictionary or encyclopedic dictionary, I think. And then some fussy cuts here. Now these are cut out of some eco-dyed paper that I have. I haven't done anything on this page because it's pretty. I'm pretty sure this is texture. Yep, 15's texture. So I use fabric, stitching, some velvet. Again, this fabric, some embossed tracing paper or butter paper, and then also some stenciling. Yeah, I found that page quite hard to do. What have we got here? Now the 16th is one-sided, and I chose to use a picture of my daughter Briley, who is a left arm amputee, and also this quote, because I love this quote. I found this quote actually by accident on my personal Instagram account. It came up, and I don't know, it just really struck a chord and resonated with me. Look what was sown by the stars at night across the fields. I am not defined by scars, but by the incredible ability to heal. And yeah, that really spoke to me, and I thought it went well with this picture of Briley dancing in the fields. Yeah, so that's that one. And then this is 19, tucked away, and I've tucked away some little millinery flowers which were my mum's that she had. I don't know why, but I loved them, and so I've tucked them in here. And I've just done a just done a collage. And 17 was go-to palette, and I've just they kind of match, but that wasn't the the main reason. But my go-to palette is creams and blues, neutrals and light blues is often something I'll use. Yep, this is 18 is Cutout, which is this Tim Holtz thing, die cut over the some blue 1906 ledger. Oh no, this is 1800 ledger that was given to me by Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. I've done some texture paste on there, and then also I've cut out this flower from a book underneath. It kind of doesn't really go, but I don't mind, it's okay. July the 20th was black and white, and I took this photo of my granddaughter Ella at the skate park. She came and stayed in the July school holidays, so I wanted to include that in the July journal. And yeah, so it's a pretty simple page, but I really actually love that one. Over here we have the 21st, which is Focus. And I was a bit stuck, and these have all been done relatively recently because I got so far behind. So I used a quote: instead of focusing on how much you can accomplish, focus on how much you can absolutely love what you are doing. And again, that was a really good reminder for me, because I'm really struggling to finish things or accomplish much. So focusing on how much I love what I do has been really important. Where are we at? 21st. This one here is 24, which is paint splatters. So I've just got white paint splatters, which I guess are supposed to maybe mimic snow, because this is Snowdrop Fairy. And I've glued in some pressed flowers that I picked on one of my walks just locally, and I think they're snowdrops. Anyway, they're the little white flowers that grow in the winter, so I'm calling them snowdrops. They might not be. This is number 27, which is Stripped Back, and I've done something quite simple, so again stripped back in that way. But this wallpaper here is some wallpaper that was stripped off the inside of a wardrobe. And this is the dotty piece, but it has beautiful roses on it. And of course now, these years later, I wish I'd stripped the whole entire wardrobe. This is the other side of the telegram, and I've left that plain. Or not plain, but left that as is. 23 was Maximalism. And yep, I just went to town with some glittery paper and some embossed paper and this cutout, some stamping, some layering, just went to town, and this beautiful big maxed out rose or peony there. So this one here is Favorite Quote, which is number 30, and I've got be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. And that's a very famous quote. Everybody knows it from Dr. Seuss, but it's always been one of my favorites. This one here was a bit of a experiment, and you can see if you look through how it's all leaked through, all the water from the paint. So that was a bit of a disaster, to say the least. And I can't even remember, 22 blended. That's right. So I followed actually a YouTube tutorial on napkin and blending napkin into your page. And she just did a beautiful page with beautiful napkins and paints, and everything looked amazing. Mine looks, I think it doesn't really look that great. So, but that's okay, because that's all part of it. But again, everything just got so wet. And I've put these little stickers here that, just little words. Yeah, so anyway, you live and learn. Pretty napkin, but I'm really not that happy with the whole way it turned out. This one here I did in a YouTube video, and number 28, which is stenciling. So the stenciling for me is not really the major part of this. This is a memory about my my dad, and I've used a poem here by Mary Elizabeth Fry, which I won't read. And and about remembering someone who's passed away. This is my mum and dad on their wedding day, and on the 28th of July it was Dad's birthday, what would have been Dad's birthday, and also what would have been Mum and Dad's 60th wedding anniversary. So I just wanted to write about that and journal about that. This one here is number 25, which is peaceful, and for peaceful I couldn't think of anything more peaceful than a sleeping baby. And this is actually a picture of Valley and my daughter Michaela. I think that's while I was actually still over there, so Valley's only a few days, if not a few weeks old there. She's grown a lot more. And I popped this sort of card here because Michaela sent me a beautiful, I guess, image of me holding Valley with a beautiful poem. So this is the company that made it and sent it, so I really loved the picture on there, so I've included that. And then my very last page is farewell. I didn't do geometric. I mean, there's a few that could be geometric, I suppose. Anyway, I didn't do it. And so this is just a bit of fussy cut Tim Holtz wallpaper scraps. I must withdraw into the cool dark woods of my mind, rest under tall thoughts that shade the memory carpeted ground on which my spirit lies. Here there is silence, the bird song of some ecstasy known, broken only by the falling leaves of comfort, the ripple of tears going over the falls of time. I shall come back soon, my soul serene, my spirit healed. I really liked that, Velma West Skies, and that was my farewell page. And it doesn't really close very well, but that's okay. It was a really good exercise. I do in my heart wish that I had kept up and done one a day or two a day and kept up and finished it at the end of July, but that wasn't to be. There was stuff going on, and but it is finished. Thank you so much if you have watched to the end, and I hope you enjoyed that flip through. I really appreciate all your support through Junk Journal July and just on the daily and with my other videos. Thanks so much. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you'll stick around, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.